Hi guys, hope you're all well. Welcome back to It's Cooking Good. Today I've got a special one for you. It is Cowboy Casserole. Yeehaw! Let's have a look at the ingredients that you're going to need for this one. And this is a great family dish, let me tell you. We've got some turkey mince here. It's just a packet, it's 500 grams of turkey mince. If you don't like turkey mince, that's fine. Use beef mince, work absolutely brilliantly. But I'm trying to make it a little bit more healthy, and I thought that was lower fat. Here I've got 6 rashers of streaky bacon. I've got 100 grams of grated cheddar, about 50 grams of grated parmesan. This is optional. I like in my recipe some jalapenos, so I've just put like 8 jalapenos in there that I've diced up, but you don't need to put those in if you don't like them. 4 garlic cloves, just diced. 3 spring onions, about 100 grams of sweet corn, that's frozen. I'm just letting it defrost. That's going to go straight in. Here is a punnet of mushrooms. These are white cap. You can use whichever mushrooms you like, to be fair. I've got 1 onion here diced, a tin of Campbell's soup. Don't see this too much now. I think you can only get it in chicken and mushroom, and I'm using the chicken version. 250 milliliters of milk. Tater tots, very American. I think these have been rebranded. These are the bird's eye ones. And what you want to do with these before you start cooking dishes, take them out because you want to sort of defrost them a little bit. And they're going to go on the top of our dish. And then lastly is some spinach. And I've just washed this spinach. It's a pack of spinach. I think it's 250 grams. I think they give in a pack. I've just washed it off, put it in a colander. And that is it. I know it looks like a lot of ingredients, so please bear with me. It will be worth it at the end. This is a proper family classic. All of the family will love this. It's a little bit different, and you can chop and change these ingredients. Don't like stuff, you can take it out, switch it out for something else. But trust me, this little crop of ingredients works really well. So let's get started. I'll see you over at the hob. Let's get cooking. So our pan's on a medium heat. I'm just going to add a little bit of oil, not too much. We're going to start by cooking off the bacon. So it's going to release its own fat, obviously. But I'm adding the oil because I know this pan does tend to stick a little bit, but I want to use this pan. This is actually a 1-pan dish, but it's not going to be tonight because there's only actually 3 of us eating. And this would actually probably feed 6, but some of the others are going to eat it tomorrow. So if I was to use this pan tonight for the amount of tater tots I'd need to use to fill this pan, which you'll see in a bit, it would just be grossly grotesque, I think, in terms of the amount I would use. So we will switch over in a bit. So we're just going to let that cook out and crisp it up. Okay, so that's had 2 minutes on that side. Let's just flip these little suckers over. Lovely, a little bit of crispiness. I'm not sure this side will be as crispy, will it? Yeah, it will. The end ones. Yeah, perfect. That's it. Give that another 2 minutes and then we can move on to the next stage. Okay, so these are looking pretty good to me. So I'm going to take them out and just put them on a little plate here. And I think that will be fine too. Okay, so we'll just remove those. Just drain them off because we don't want all that fat. I'm just going to add a touch more oil. I want to, not a lot. I'm talking like that was like a teaspoon of oil. And then we're going in with our onion and our garlic. So get it all in there. Perfect. And then just turn that heat down a touch. And what you want to do is obviously cook this nicely down in that bacon fat. Look at that. Lovely. The smell already. I love the smell of onion and garlic. It is like a match made in heaven. It really is. And that's it. We're going to cook that down now for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then we can go in with the next stage of our dish. Okay, so that's had its 2 minutes. Now in with our turkey mince. Remember, as I said, if you don't like turkey mince, use beef or pork, whatever your preferred mince is. And what you want to do is just basically mush this down a bit. We'll get a bit of colour on it, seal it, and you don't want it obviously stuck together. So we're just folding it into those onions. Get nicely broken apart basically. Let it do its thing, and then I'll come back to it. Okay, that's had another minute. Let's give it all a good pat down. It feels like that, what's that game? Whack-a-mole, where you gotta find the thing. Just get it all chomped down. There we go, look. But that looks good to me. Okay, so to that now I'm gonna add our mushrooms because we want to cook these down a little bit. Always looks so many mushrooms, doesn't it, when you put them in? But obviously as that cooks down, they will reduce right down and we'll get that lovely juice, that mushroom juice that they release as well. But to that, at the same time, I'm now going to add our corn. Now this was frozen corn, I think, as I said before. So this is also going to release a little bit of water. It has defrosted slightly. I'm going to chuck all that in. That's it. You could use fresh corn. And then our jalapenos. Let's get those in. Oh, I would have put more jalapenos in. I was told not to. I'll take what I can get. And I was allowed to put that many in. And who am I to complain? Let's get that all mixed in like that. Perfect. What I'm going to do at this stage is just, I've lost a little bit of corn there. My wife's going to go mad at this hob. Right, okay. And I'm just going to put the lid on. And we're going to let that cook for about 4 minutes before we add the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so that's had its 4 minutes. I'm now going to add in the spinach. And as we know, spinach, trying to fit it into anything when it's like this, is a nightmare. So I'm just going to push it down with my hand. And I want the whole bag because it is healthy. The kids are going to eat this. And it's good for them. So let's get the whole bag in. It will go down to absolutely nothing. In order to do that, obviously, though, I am going to need to put that lid back on. So I'll put that back on for about another 2 minutes. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's get all that nice water in there as well that's evaporated. That's looking good. Just give it a little stir through. Perfect. Obviously, that spinach has released a lot of water into there as well, so it's given us even more juice to play with. Perfect. Now with our soup. Now I looked at this soup and it's got actually quite a high salt content. It's 21% per 100 grams, or per 100 grams. It's 0.6 grams anyway. I'll just chuck it in, and then we can always add salt. Once we've cooked this down a little bit more, then we can check, see if we need any more salt and pepper. So that's that. And then our milk, I'm going to pour it into the can. Remember, this was about 250 millilitres. Oh, look, almost perfect. And that's going to go in as well. And then just give that a stir around. Oh, and I must say, it is looking rather delicious. Spinach is nicely wilted down now. Very American. Okay, I'm going to leave that for 5 minutes with the lid on just to cook it down a bit. And then we will be ready for the next stage, which is assembling it and then putting it in the oven. So I shall see you shortly. Okay, so our stew is ready. Our oven is preheated at 180 degrees C. And let's just take this off. What we need to do is get this stew into our container here. Now, as I said, if you're feeding a lot of people, you could do it in here. And if you've got enough tater tots, do you know what? I'm just going to go straight in like that. And that's going to fit. There we go. Just get that in there. Just put that down. Then we've got our cheddar cheese. So that's what you're going to go in with next. And just sprinkle it over nicely. Get a good covering of it. And this is why I didn't salt it earlier, to be fair, because, you know, you've got the bacon that's going to go on in a minute. You've got this cheese, and it's all quite salty. But we can always add more if we need it. There you go. Okay. And then our Now I call them tater tots, and my wife, who is filming, did say they're not tater tots. Sorry, I grew up partly in the United States, and they're actually hash browns here. Although hash browns I thought were the things you get in the services when you get a breakfast or what have you, but that's what they're called. I guess mini hash browns. So we're just going to grab a load out, and what you want to do is, this is going to give you this lovely crispy top, okay? And just keep going with these. Oh yeah, the kids are going to love this. What do you mean the kids? I'm going to love this. Love tater tots. Do it in some sort of orderly fashion. Try and pack them as tight together as you can. Looks like I'm loading a cowboy's gun with a cowboy stew. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is looking good. I think I am definitely going to go through a pack of these without a doubt. Squeeze those in like that. Oh, look at that. That looks perfect. We've got our Parmesan cheese. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of this over the top as well. I might have grated a little bit too much. But I like Parmesan. As I always say, I'm not your doctor. There we go. Okay. And that's going to go in the oven now. 180, as I said, fan. Probably for about half an hour, but we'll check on them. You want to look for that sort of crispiness that you get on a tater tot if you were cooking them normally. So we'll just chuck that in. I reckon half an hour. And I'll see you then when we'll be ready to give it a taste. Finish it off with our spring onions and bacon. I cannot wait. Okay, so this has had its 30 minutes. It actually took 35 minutes because I wanted those tater tots nice and crispy. Look at that. That looks amazing. So now all we're going to do is finish it off. Our bacon that I've chopped up, so the bacon that we fried earlier, first thing in the pan. I'm going to put that on the top, get a nice even coating, make sure everyone gets a bit. More for me, obviously. And then some spring onions, which I've just chopped them up. There you go, chuck them all over. Look, I like spring onions, so there's going to be plenty on there. Perfect. And there we go. All that's left for us to do is give it a try. Okay, let's see how this bad boy has come out. I'm going to try and do it gracefully. Just get a little portion like that. A bit of everything in there. These look nice and crispy, the tater tots. Don't know if you can hear that. But the Parmesan's definitely helped. Wow, okay. Cut a bit of that up. Get everything. It looks darn hot, as they say. I mean, it is darn hot. That's good. That's very good. Have a little bit more. You know me. One just isn't enough. That is absolutely fabulous. So easy to put together. Excellent. If you're new to the channel and you like the content, please do consider subscribing by clicking on the watermark over here. If you've got something you'd like me to cook, send it through to me. I will put all of the details of this recipe down below in the description. But for tonight, all I've got left to say is, y'all, it's cooking good.